Hi, Rene. Today I'd like to speak to you about another very important trait of the subconscious mind. And that is the subconscious mind is similar to an out of control genie. Imagine that for a moment. Imagine if you had your own out of control genie that were 5 years old. Okay, so you got this child that has the power to grant you any wish that you have, and it will do it immediately. But you have to be very clear, because remember in the last lesson, it's innocent, naive, it wants to help you, but it doesn't know how. It kind of reminds me of that joke you see once in a while where the guy says, "I wish for $100," and boom, there were 100 male deer all around him. $100. Okay, so be clear in what you want. So you have this out of control genie that grants you every wish that you want. So how it really works is the subconscious mind will always, always, always grant you what you focus on. Think of that. What are you focusing on right now? Most people that want to be wealthy, especially if it's not part of their programming, will say, I'm wealthy, I want wealth. So that subconscious genie, okay, the 5-year-old genie says, boom, it's granted. So now wealth is on its way. Isn't that great? But then you start thinking within a few seconds, but I don't know if I deserve it. Boom, wish granted. Uh-oh, now that's the opposite. But I really want it. Wish granted. But what if I'm going to do when I get it? Am I going to be able to keep it? So now you're wishing doubt. Granted. Think about that. We mentioned earlier that you have 64,000 thoughts a day. So that can be a blessing and a curse, okay? You always get what you're focusing on. However, with that many thoughts, you're having opposing thoughts, you're having positive thoughts, you're having negative thoughts, you're having worthiness issues, you're having self-sabotage. So it's make it so, make it so, make it so. You're getting all these wishes granted, but they're all cross frequencies or cross desires. So it's like they're coming to you going this way, going this way. It's not like shooting an arrow, which it should be, but it's all over the place, which most people don't see their goal coming, even though it was granted, but with all the negativity, they give up in a very short time. So think of it that way, okay? You have a 5-year-old genie who grants you everything you want, and you say, I want a Mercedes-Benz. Okay, so here's a Mercedes-Benz coming to you. But I don't know if I can afford it. Your wish is granted. You can't afford it. Why have it? But I really do want it, so now it's coming at you again. But I'm not worthy of it. I just can't see myself driving a Mercedes to work each day. What if it gets scratched? Boom. Now you got a cheaper car coming your way. But I do want it, so it's coming again, but what if I get in an accident? Maybe I should get a cheaper car. So you end up getting a cheaper car because that's what your focus was on. And then you wonder, I got this cheap car. Why didn't I get my Mercedes? Can you see what you did? You sabotaged your own desire. You wanted one thing, but you settled for something else. So without constant focus, you usually don't get what you desire because people will give up. Think of it as a guided missile. Years ago, about 100 years ago when I was in the military, okay, one of the things that was my specialty is I was what they call a tow and dragon gunner. And what is the tow and the dragon? Well, they're basically two different sizes, but they're wire-guided missiles. So picture a missile that was a good-sized missile, okay, about this big around, and it had like 2 miles of fine wire coiled up in the back. So when you shot it from this big bazooka looking thing, okay, it went down range and it had little rockets all around on the back. So little kind of small thrusters. So when I had my crosshairs on whatever I was shooting at, let's say I was shooting at an old rusted Jeep up in the woods for practice. So if and let's say it's an old rusted Jeep, but it's still running. Okay, so they got it on remote control and it's going. So as I would move my crosshairs, the rocket would go pop, pop, pop. You could actually hear it, and it would change directions following the Jeep. So as long as I kept my crosshairs on that Jeep as it was driving around, wherever it would go, that missile would go crossways and up and down, and eventually, if I kept my crosshairs right on you, boom, it would get it, okay? Awful fun, just like a video game, all right? But the problem is, with regular shooting, okay, you shoot and boom, and your target moves, you miss it. Well, this whole idea of the subconscious mind, when you're focusing on something, which is also known, by the way, as the law of attraction, isn't that amazing? So it is a universal law, the way your subconscious mind works. The whole idea is to keep your focus, keep your crosshairs on your goals. So if your goal is to have that Mercedes-Benz, even though you falter, I don't know if I can afford it, bring it back. Bring it back. That way it's coming. Okay, you're the Mercedes-Benz. It's coming. I don't know, but yes, I want it. But can I afford it? Yes, I want it. And it's going to keep on coming and coming and coming. And no matter where your goal goes, no matter how difficult it becomes, as long as you can keep your focus on it, the more you can keep your focus, the more that thing's coming and coming and coming. I just got you right in the eyeball, didn't I? And that's the whole idea. How long do you keep wishing towards a goal? Until you get it. It was a goal. It was a desire. Why would you give up? Because guess what? The one thing about your focus or your target, that missile is going to hit something. Once you fired it, you can't make it come back. So it's going to hit something. So if you keep your focus, you will hit it. But what if you don't keep your focus? It was wished for. It's going to go somewhere. Your subconscious mind attracted it, but somebody else is going to get it. Think about that. It's kind of like wishing for $100. I want $100. I want $100. And you give up. You walk away and somebody comes up behind you. Oh, look, there's $100 on the ground. Whoa. Because you gave up, you stopped, you went someplace else just before you reached it. So with this law of attraction, or with this concept of the subconscious mind, keep in mind that you always, always, always get what you focus on. You cannot not get it, because that's what the subconscious mind does. But it will always grant you the positive as well as the negative. So if you're always focusing on sickness and wanting to be healthy, oh, I don't feel well, you're going to stay sick, because that's where your focus is. So do you see where we're going with this? Have a great day. Don't forget to do your assignment, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.